What does it take to become a trainer who owns thousands of shinies and 100% IVs and in one single day can catch hauls like this or this in Pokemon Go? Well, today I'm going to be experiencing the full day of someone who indeed does that. We will be following one of the world's most well-known hardcore players' routines, FleeceKing. If you don't know FleeceKing, he is a hardcore player from Australia who's been playing ever since February of 2017. He has caught over 1.7 million Pokemon, battled in over 50,000 raids, spun over 950,000 Pokestops, and even walked more than 32,000 kilometers while playing Pokemon Go. That's only 8,000 kilometers short of the circumference of planet Earth. Did I forget to mention he was the first trainer in the world that hit level 50?
Let me answer one of the most asked questions that I always get, which is, FleeceKing, how much money have you spent on Pokemon Go? And the answer to that question is yes.
Today, we'll be following his daily routine for when a new event drops in Pokemon Go and find out if I can keep up with this legendary trainer. Okay guys, it is currently 9 a.m. We're here at the bus stop about to head downtown. You may ask, why are we taking the bus?
So I usually leave my house at around 8 a.m. and I actually get in my car, drive myself to a particular bus stop to get a bus that goes directly into the city. And the reason why I get a bus into the city as opposed to a train, which would ultimately be quicker, is because catching and item replenishment from Pokestops is so much more efficient on a bus than it is on a train.
Fleece said it, so we're doing it. Let's hop on the bus. Okay, FleeceKing, we made it downtown. What's next?
So usually when I get into the city, I get a bite to eat before I go live. So whether that would be Subway or a burrito or some type of yogurt.
Okay, well, I'm hungry, so this is perfect. Lettuce, tomato. Okay, in proper FleeceKing fashion, we're gonna go ahead and eat Subway at 10 a.m. Well, it's 9:50 right now. It seems a little early for a sandwich for me, but you know, we gotta follow the Fleece. Let's see what he does now.
While I'm sitting down eating, I get my stream set up, so I get the title going. I take some screenshots of the nearby of the new Pokemon that have just started for the new event. Put like a little picture collage to advertise the fact that I'm live, and here's a little bit of a sneak peek and a preview.
Okay, now I'll be vlogging this instead of streaming, obviously, but you know, I'm just gonna take some selfies with my sandwich, I guess, because I don't really have any screenshots to share on Twitter. Okay, sunglasses are on, Subway breakfast is complete. I think it's time to grind, right, Fleece?
Usually the first day of a new event, I try to be live for at least 3 to 4 hours to provide as much information as possible as far as what the new spawns are looking like, what are the raid bosses, what are the quests, pros and the cons, that type of stuff.
So yeah, we have 3 to 4 hours of streaming to do, and it's literally just hitting 10 a.m., which is the start of the Hisuian Discoveries event. So it's time to grind, try to get some shinies and some hundos. Let's do it. Okay, as we get our grind session going in the insanely loud Ottawa, let's talk about how many catches we should be reaching today. Fleece, how many Pokemon you catch a day?
Anything between 1,800 to 2,000 catches a day, generally speaking. Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more, but that's usually the number that I aim for.
So yeah, we're gonna have to do a minimum of 1,800 catches today. I'll be honest, I don't even do that in a week normally, so doing it all in a day is gonna be a challenge. My man Fleece, he grinds, and we're just gonna try to keep up. Okay, let's go. Okay, people are probably wondering, how are we gonna hit this amount of catches in Pokemon Go? Well, FleeceKing uses a very popular technique used by a lot of hardcore players, which is the AR quick catch technique. It pretty much requires you to go into AR mode because this encounters a Pokemon faster. Let me show you. Let's take a look at a regular encounter with Lillipup. Pokemon appears, goes back, and then the Pokeball appears. One more time, Lillipup appears, pulls back, and then the Pokeball appears. AR mode is way more effective for hardcore grinders because when you click on a Pokemon, bang, Pokeball appears right away. We can combine this with the quick catch technique, which I'll link a video up here on how to do it, in which you can go ahead and throw the ball, exit, and you can catch Pokemon in under 3 seconds. This is how we're gonna be catching Pokemon all day, and this is how Fleece hits those huge catch numbers, and it's the secret to every single hardcore player in the game. Okay guys, we're about an hour in and we're at 300 catches. Now if you don't know, new events in Pokemon Go generally start at 10 a.m. local time. And if there's a new raid boss with that event, the eggs won't actually hatch until 11 a.m. Of course, it's 11 a.m. now, so I'm gonna try to shift my focus a little bit more into raiding as if there was a new raid boss. Obviously, the event I'm currently playing doesn't have a new raid boss, it's still Dialga. We're still gonna do a bit more raiding. That begs the question, how do we keep catching while raiding? In comes an auto catcher. Let's ask Fleece what auto catcher he uses when he's raiding in Pokemon Go.
So the auto catcher that I use is called a dual catchermon. The reason why I like this so much is because when I'm streaming, especially with most gotchas and Go Pluses or whatever, you've got to get the device and click the button and then click the button in the game. Whereas this, I can have it in my backpack all day and I just have to click the button in Pokemon Go and it connects without me having to physically get the device out and whatever. It just makes streaming much more efficient as well. I definitely recommend it. It's a lot of fun.
So yeah, Fleece uses the dual catchmon. I actually use the newly updated Duomon. It's the newest edition of the dual catchmon. So Fleece, if you're watching this, I recommend upgrading. This one I find is a lot faster than the old dual catchmon, but the dual catchmon will still do the trick. Anytime I hop into a raid or anything like that, I'm gonna make sure I activate my auto catcher and it starts auto throwing Pokeballs at Pokemon so we miss out on less potential catches. Okay guys, it is currently 12 p.m. lunchtime. We're here in front of the Parliament. Just a quick update, we're at about 300 catches right now. So we're on par, 300 catches an hour. I'm gonna keep going because plenty more Pokemon to catch, but so far, pretty successful defeat hurdle. Okay guys, it is currently 1 p.m., which means it's been 3 hours since we started. This is around the time FleeceKing would end his stream. So now let's find out what he does next.
Usually when I end the stream after the 3 or 4 hour mark, I usually sit down and I have a coffee, do a bunch of remote raids and just recoup a little bit.
Oh my god, finally a break. My feet are actually in pain. Okay, now I'm not a huge fan of coffee, but in proper Fleece fashion, let's go ahead and find a coffee shop and have ourselves a cup of joe. Okay, so we just got our drink, chocolate cold brew. I never order coffee, so I have no clue what to order, but we're gonna give it a try. Tastes like chocolate and coffee mix. Now, while we do sit here and do remote raids like Fleece said we would, I just want to talk a little bit more about FleeceKing. Now, if you don't know about FleeceKing, he is a streamer on Twitch and just a hardcore player in the community. FleeceKing is the most genuine guy I have ever seen on the internet. If you've ever been into one of his streams, and the moment I set into the first ever stream I went into, you could tell this guy was just there to try to help his viewers and build a community of just positivity. You go into FleeceKing's stream, he will answer any question you have about the event, even try to invite people from chat and people on his friends list to try to help them get raids early.
Something I really value is the foundation of family, and I know that I'm a hardcore player and I'm very obsessed, but something that's really important to me is making time for the people I care about. You know, my family, my friends, even if they don't necessarily play. Fortunately, my mum plays Pokemon Go like me. She's very passionate about the game. My dad doesn't understand Pokemon at all, doesn't understand what's going on, but I make time for my family and responsibility in the midst of being hardcore, and that's something that's really important to me. It's possible to be hardcore and get heaps of shinies and hundos and still make time for the people in your life that you really care about, and that's something that's really important to me.
Honestly though, you can just tell this guy is in it for the community. He really loves the game and just wants the game to succeed. How perfect is that? FleeceKing is literally in my raid. The funny thing is he doesn't know I'm living his life right now. Done. Look at actually rating, 2 out of 10. Coffee tastes like dirt. Quick check-in, it is 2 p.m. We just hit 1,000 catches for the day. Still a long way to go. Let's get to it. Okay, time check, it is 3 p.m. We're at 1,200 catches. We're on perfect pace. I will be giving you guys a full breakdown of our catches at the end of the video. Okay guys, time is currently 4 o'clock. This is about when FleeceKing heads to the bus, starts to head home, get some more Pokeballs, couple more catches, so that's what we're gonna be doing. My feet are in absolute pain right now. Let's just start with that. I still have about 400 catches to go until we hit the 1,800 for the day, so hopefully we can grab those on the bus. Okay guys, we officially made it home. And this is about the time when FleeceKing will go ahead and spend some time with his family. As we all know, FleeceKing really loves his family. I love mine too. But I am Pokédaxi and I actually stream in the afternoon. So yes, I'm gonna be going out to stream for a quick hour, but this is a perfect segue into FleeceKing's stream setup. A lot of people always ask FleeceKing, how does he actually read chat when he's streaming? And the answer is right here in the armband. Now, I believe this setup was actually found by one of his mods, Susie Blocker, but it pretty much allows you to have a second phone on your wrist strap and read chat while holding your main phone, literally like this. So you have two phones like that. I've adopted this setup, so any of you Pokemon Go streamers who are wondering a good way to read chat, use the Susie Blocker / FleeceKing method, which we're gonna do. We'll be back in a second with what we caught from playing like FleeceKing for a day.
1 hour later.
Oh my God, my feet hurt. Okay, before I get into this, just want to say massive respect to FleeceKing and all these other grinders that just put in the work and the hours like this and do this day in, day out. I literally can't feel my feet. I don't even know how many kilometers I walk, but I just know I probably could not do it again tomorrow. Okay, we'll start with some basic stats on screen. Stardust we gained, XP we gained, and the kilometers walked during the day. I'm sure it's a lot. I'm sure it's more than I've ever done in a single day, especially the kilometers walked. Let's start with the amount of catches we did this day, and holy heck, we caught 2,015 Pokemon. That is actually more than I've ever caught in 24 hours. I don't think I've ever hit that many. This took so much time, so much fast catching, because I'll probably never do this again. Okay, in proper fleece fashion, let's use the Age 0 and Shiny and 4-star. This gives you the breakdown of all 100% of these and Shinies you got in a day. Let's start with Shinies. We started with a Shiny Dialga, then we got a Shiny Grimer, and then a Shiny Bronzor, and then another Shiny Bronzor, and then a Shiny Coughing, a Shiny Buizel off the auto catcher, and then a Shiny Tangela. That is a total of 7 Shinies during the day. I'm honestly pretty impressed with that. Let's also talk about the elephant in the room. They're mostly all green. FleeceKing, is your favorite color green, bro? Because this might be a sign. Also got a single 100% IV, which is a 100% IV Hisuian Voltorb. Thought I was gonna get more, but it's all right. We did not get any Nundos, by the way. Another win from the day, we were actually able to hit max hearts on 4 best buddies. I don't know how much FleeceKing messes with best buddies, but I did take the opportunity with all the walking to hit max hearts on all these Pokemon, throw a Poffin on them each time, and just have to walk 6 kilometers with each. I think that is it from me. I think I'm gonna go home and lie in a bed and probably never get up ever again. If you do not follow FleeceKing on Twitch, please go ahead, hit the link below. Let's see how many followers we can get him from this video. He deserves all the love, man. He does so much for the community, always helping people out, always answering the question, inviting them, all that stuff. So go show the man some love. First link in the description, because this guy's an absolute legend. I think that is it from me, guys. I'm gonna let FleeceKing sign us out.
A massive thank you to Pokédaxi for wanting to feature me on his channel. I honestly really appreciate it, and I hope this video gives you some insight on how I play a full day of Pokemon Go as me. Thanks for watching, and take care.